You ought at least rest for the evening. There should be a spare bed in the lodgings yonder. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take it from me. You're better off resting while you have the chance.
Soon as my shot's stick my head where it will get cut off.
I'm ill at ease here. What do you want?
A contraption of some kind. I know not what to make of it. How shall we proceed, Arisen?
We pawns will be ready to respond, whatever the outcome.
Dragon, heed my call. Your will is mine to command. Curses. This arrival of the true Risen is most inopportune. Sovereign of Vermin, the ritual must not be disturbed. Let not the Arisen approach. You can manage that, I trust.
It is of vital import that we have a word with those phrases. The Pretender need not be present.
Let my magic infuse your weapon with the fury of the elements.
You are in need of healing. Allow me.
Wait a moment.
My thanks, friend.
Your efforts are for naught, Arisen. Now, simply watch as this world's hollow and fruitless order is remade by my hand. The ritual is complete. The dragon comes. Behold! The Royce Dragon! By my power, the Dogma of Dragons is unmade.
You could ne'er understand, Arisen.
We must all be freed from the vulgar order wherein the dragon's existence determines all.
It's not enough. Cursed, Arisen. You've doomed us all to the cycle. Anew.
Greetings, Arisen. Hast thou summoned the resolution to face me? Then answer me this. Why dost thou fight? Is it to reclaim thy flesh, thy stolen heart? Or is it to reclaim thy throne? I offer thee a choice. Grant unto me this life in my claws, and be gone from this place. Or stand and fight. Pitiable Arisen. The time for thou to make thy choice is come. Show me the path thou wouldst walk. Go, and thou shalt live to claim thy coveted throne. Fight and thy life is forfeit. decision is thine to make. Wilt thou prove thyself? Intriguing. This then is thy will. Our parley is done. We must fulfill our charges. I, as the dragon, and thou as the Arisen. Climb upon me. We shall depart for our true battlefield. Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Yet dost thou know what awaited the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into its save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving in such a world would be no simple matter. Shall not change with my death, nor shall it change with thine. Consider how it is thou came to be. How have the once closed paths before me come to be breathed? Think well, reason, but rest not. I will know thine answer through the strength of thy will. Thou shalt cut a swathe through the false benevolence enshrouding this world. Arisen, pitiable soul tossed by the winds of fate. Wilt thou slay me, or be slain? I know not how this story endeth. The outcome is determined in a time before reckoning. And yet, Arisen, born of a hapless faith that was made me. Perchance it is thy will, and thine alone, that couldst contest the great will of this world. Thou art too late. The hour is upon us. We must decide a victor, and in so doing, form a link in the chain that bindeth this wheel. Tell me, Arisen, what is thy desire? Is it to slay the dragon? Seek conflict with mighty foes.
Getting more than a blessing.
Dost thou realize thy wonder? Even our
beginning.
We pawns are steel for whatever comes.
By will alone doth the world form a ring, an unending cycle. All is preordained, even my death at thine hands. Yet perhaps thy will is great enough to put an end to it.
Why do you pursue me, Arisen? You have fulfilled your charge. Are you not satisfied? Seek you greater status? Perhaps to rule the world entire. It is power you desire. You need merely spy out the path.
The choice is thine, Arisen. By thy will alone can the course of the winds of fate be altered.
You would still resist your fate. Understand you the folly of such a decision. Even the beating of your reclaimed heart was born of the great will of this world. Yet you would abandon it. Everything in this world, all that you have come to know as reality, is the creation of the Great Will. Should that will be lost, no mortal being can survive. However, if regret yet assails your spirit, then perhaps you should reaffirm your choice. Witness with your own eyes, or through the eyes of another, the fate of this world.
Thou wishest to dismantle the world's... Just as I do. Yet dost thou know what awaiteth the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, valueless thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into its save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving it. Such a world would be gross. Yet, if
way.
Pray. Turn back.
Leave now, while you can.
You have strayed, Arisen. And for what? Lest you forget. You have a world where you belong. There, you are to fell the great evil in your path and rule the people as their sovereign. For that is who you are. And it is my wish that you should live out that life of purpose. The time has come for you to return. Go. My children shall see you there safely.
Let us go home. Together.
To a world under your rightful rule.
To a world all your own.
This is your will? Then behold, a world unmerciful, bereft the benevolent hands of gods. You find it strange. But this is your world. The world to which you longed to return. Alas, if only you had chosen to become sovereign. At the end of your travails, you could have ruled over these lands in perpetual peace. Yet that world of limitless possibilities has ended. You stand now upon its remains. The vestiges of a world that could have been so much more. Innumerable wills have served to deliver this world from extinction time and time again. You alone have refused to carry out that great purpose. What you see before you is the consequence of your apathy. Behold. To an end. As it has failed to be chosen, and as 'twill ne'er be read, this world will soon cease to exist. In the blink of an eye, the sickle of oblivion will reap aught that you have known. I would advise you not to waste these last moments. Explore the remnants of this world while you can. Perhaps, in doing so, you shall come to see the truth and know the wretchedness of a world unworthy of being chronicled. How shall you fare, I wonder? Will you endure in this world, abandoned and unprotected?
So long as their skulls remain intact. But fear not! I shall gladly smash every last one.
I shan't allow any further harm. The Arisen turns blue with cold.
They mean us harm. How adorable.
Right you are.
Keep hold of the enemy!
Well said. Oh, let my magic dance me immensely. It was excellent. I could have done no better.
Nice of you to say so.
Splendid.
already? Brother, I was just getting warmed up.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud king. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied, and sought e'er greater heights. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere I despaired at this discovery. For, if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Aye, 'twas all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastly, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of the new Arisen, consigned to this place. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just, and fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here, for this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
Making this a place of refuge is a splendid idea.
The Mad Sovereign's power, yet it could prove the last Last. To not halt the coming destruction can only truly be forestalled if 'tis... can exchange information.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Welcome. As a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate, we offer excellent service. At a fair price. do come again.
Your pawn is nowhere to be seen, Master. But where would a pawn possibly go, leaving their own master behind?
Perhaps this too is Lord Phaedrus' doing. We ought to go and speak with him at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab.
I can't take it anymore.
Now here's a welcome.
You wish me to return? At once, Master.
This experiment bears repeating.
Ah, that's right. I must have felt it.
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land. Luz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed. Then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would hear the truth from your lips. Tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate, and speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that, I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master. How long I've slept? Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead. I admire your dedication, Master. 'Tis no small feat to hone one's skills so fine. We pawns must endeavor not to fall behind.
Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment!
Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas. The people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Bugtatal.
I quite agree.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
The path through this rock has been sealed to us. There's naught for it but to search for an alternate route.
Many paths are close to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Strike with lightning on your side! Huzzah!
Does my lifelong...
You if you keep that up. I shan't let them harm you. Going to regret that. Eat! You haven't had as much
And they're tired of this.
Principles are recognized, that's not
It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go. Come this way. Not can be achieved without sacrifice. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us.
How dare you!
Alas, theory unproven is of little practical use.
Might not the Seafloor Shrine provide a place of refuge for the people of this land?
These foul powers are twice as terrible in the flesh.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there! Very well. I shall return.
Only truly impartial observers can perceive it. There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction. Should like to capture it and bring it back to the lab. There is much that might be learned from it. Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world, and mine is to pursue its secrets. Go, do what you must. I will remain here and continue my work. Someday soon, I will lay bare the truth of this world, and on that day, I will slip the yoke of this broken order that rules us all.
Twill be safe in my possession till you decide. To reclaim it. Never did I imagine such a dragon could exist. It is a glad thing we felled it.
Do what must be done.
When does my watch end? Haven't you had enough yet? You're the one who started this.
As for me,
That's quite enough. That's it. I've had...
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails.
You slander my honor, sir. I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Nara, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
Very well. I'll not force the issue, but do keep back.
Ah! Let us settle this! How dare you interrupt a battle between...
Such humiliation shan't go unanswered.
You'll pull through yet!
Keep back! I do not wish to injure you.
Have courage. You can prevail.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Have my protection.
Look at us! Put in our place like a pair of help!
I ought to thank you for holding up a mirror to our foolishness. We've better things to do than squabble over petty...
Aye! Consider your lesson well taught. Methinks I'd best reapply myself to my training.
I was most surprised when you intervened in their duel. Did you aim to temper them? Their pride by proving neither your equal.
Outstanding.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you. Oi! Aye! Leave off or we'll make you!
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside.
I believe in you. Interested in my wares?
That's not happening.
The so-called Forbidden Magic Research Lab appears to have been constructed rather recently.
Oi! I saw it first. Phew. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
What should I do?
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into him. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
Aye, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
You'll get what's coming to...
You said it's bad to hurt people. You look big and strong. Can you stop them?
Welcome, as a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate. We offer excellent service. Always a pleasure.
Stop this, father! Thank you, sir.
You mean with me? For true? Thanks. I'm half starved.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them. Thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, it would seem we were both but looking out for our children, eh?
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show, we are none of us so different.
Outstanding.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods. But I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
By your leave.
Minister.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they...
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
That Batal and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep...
That was certainly worthwhile. More must be urged to evacuate.
We ought to choose our next destination. destination based on the movements of the clouds. We've made it then. What's our first... Order of business arisen.
Formidable. We must challenge and defeat it in the
This should help.
Strike fast and true, and our squad shall fall. the terrain. Try to keep it within your gaze at all times.
We have to keep your space behind it. We can find a way to get ourselves into that previous position. Understood.
Our foe is repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe, at least for the time being.
I fear for the Arbor.
My friend, how glad I am to see you yet live. When word reached me of your uncanny disappearance, I admit I feared the worst. What has become of this world? Our people fear for the future. We cannot be sure we will be safe here, yet this place is all we know. All we have. You think we need to evacuate? I see. And you know of a place where we might find refuge? I should gladly follow you, but I fear my father will not be so easily persuaded. Nonetheless, we can but try. Come.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven people. Let us follow our guide that we might speak with him.
I quite agree.
Kirandone halala, alekanonan.
Findelnar, ne veo norwende lis kemen, moriven lis erumar meltol metara.
Kasinke telpi nun finaler. Nun fionar elwe arfarne nenwen sur orne? I avstir lalastar.
Mornambue roth enfane alvasil mines fana. Nevea tara morevin. Lis fra aldakar kemen rose oi andil. Kemen rose elame mor orne arenca liasur? Li arranca su morevin. Lia morevin onduiroth mine falis ne kenalien martir. Palan venis in heranon eluisoron ne eruor.
Nun is amanda kill angadur fenor.
Kemen rose andil soron russa ne karilm ilarato. Ne chiamenran en firiav la sestir. Eame via angamar en adaia. Moretele erando morivun telume?
Findelnar, morivin les charmenan? Nefa oio sur. Airando vani tolmerantar. Minas vana teralia.
Alcarwa fir nun eldaya. Ane martir, tindome ingarina fa alme Alcarwa? Et aler, le affermor eldalia eralotte. Sorne an fameltol. Vanalin hyror soron. Kasinke telpi nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon, anne arteher firnis. Nun lisa.
Only time will tell whether the cutting shall take root. For now, let us make for the seafloor shrine.
Understood.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here? I do not understand. What has befallen our world?
In truth, I cannot help but fear what lies ahead. Yet I shall defend our master's world all the same.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
Kemen Ross, Bakasa. Arin. Kenyayan Hirosoron.
Elelote anfir osto silfa malantha alecano mine in avehum. Angudu telpe.
Is your pack slow? Bring you down, Master. Pray, bear in mind that you can only carry so much by yourself.
Casinque telpe nun finaler, lera nefir heranon, anne artaher firnis, aidalia anandor, nun lintan. Heror une falumtena?
Nenamboe yavstir uru findelnar. Liateren ayale. Kemen ros uru neteren, neromen anartelpe minasvana. Nun kep...
Luintarme kinalen meltol, parante lume anlis, ne kemen kayayinju nun sil, ne meltol linkan aldagar, an fir nun fiamur.
Palan hiarmenran, lis fa arnefane. Elorato ala, nun mor artaher. Nenwen mor aiwanon, alcarwa fir nun eldaya, menel iavstir lalastar. Nun falasmir magananon?
I thank you, friend. It would be no exaggeration to say that you have saved my people.
Your fight continues, does it not? Be well, and come back safe.
This might contain useful information.
Let's have a look then.
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world. Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermont must be quite a burden upon the young Regent King.
Suppose you're...
Much to do yet. Interested in my way? Yes. What to make of this?
I better get to work. Then I shall remain by your side.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come good all my days.
What, that's such peace.
We shall remain here.
When does my watch end?
Whatever happens here, anyhow, I shall suffer none to disturb this
Scratch on my arms and armor. But not at the expense of my youth.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate. And we will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health. Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you, but I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy. Do with me as you will.
Mayhap I'll buy myself a new sword next pay.
Here they did before.
My happen on my feet all day.
I'm not trained for this.
sure I can handle this.
Quiet at last. 'Tis our duty to see this peace.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny, they have their uses.
Perhaps a strong.
As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. His Grace is welcome to them.
We have chartered the ox carts as requested. 'Tis a pleasant change for things to go so smoothly, eh, Master?
Splendid.
But not at the expense of my duty. Such quietude.
Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided. Had I only been more attentive. If I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son. You truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
I shall suffer none to disturb this.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement of those carts? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
Such quietude is a blessing. I've been on my feet all day. My legs are...
Our soldiers do better with that sword.
I have been... waiting for you, Arisen. Arisen. We ought to heal ourselves while we've the chance.
The battle cannot be avoided. 'Tis fight or die.
I could have done no better.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
Splendid.
These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Our foe appears to have grown just as weary as we. I shan't allow any further harm to come to me. You've caught the ogre's attention, Master. Try to keep it occupied. I shan't squander this opportunity. Be wary. That fiend has the power to kill more spirits without end.
Then let us wait. God's servants deserve rest.
Focus. A moment of indecision may spell our doom.
Understood.
Our enemies have grown in number. This battle's end is more distant than I hoped. The Arisen is coming in style.
trounced our foe, well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Sure.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Outstanding.
Let's revel in... the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Fancy a look at my wares?
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
Some of us...
Something at my desk again.
I pray my efforts aid your cause.
Ah, I remember you. What brings you to the encampment? 'Tis a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife... well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as 'twere. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
You have my support. Tis no small wonder that ox carts have ceased operation, given the state of things.
Will the day ever come when we might employ one again? Arisen, I know of at least one location in the vicinity that may be of interest to you. Shall I tell you more? I will protect you.
That attack looks devastating. We ought to keep our distance whenever it is unleashed.
Understood.
This battle is ours!
Scout undead!
It's fierce fire fury.
We are to retreat then?
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed since last we walked it.
That was certainly worthwhile.
I shan't allow any further harm.
To be called to your side, Arisen.
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
Would anyone care to push?
I've just had a thought. Have you always pursued your current vocation over the course of your journey with the Arisen?
Well, there was a time I served our master as a mage. I did not fall to balance. Come, follow my example.
Curative magics are at your right there. Let my magic infuse your weapon. Fury of the elements.
Down your arms. Lay down your arms.
How's this?
You keep your life, and I take the rest.
Go on! I will protect you. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Here we go again.
Fight. To arms.
By your leave.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Can't you see?
Do you feel the ground tremble underfoot? 'Tis proof that the volcano is very much awake.
Remain focused. Should your pack grow over full, have no fear. I'll lighten...
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
We are... My word!
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with, Sir Lamond. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
I quite agree.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Of course ye'd make a decent request like that. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Seeing as ye're the one asking. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind. But you've my word. I'll get him to safety.
Sir Lamond shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
Right you are.
If I sleep on my woes,
Got any tales to liven? I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamont's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
The people of Panic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the...
You have my support.
Not have long left, I fear. We ought to get to safety, though I have to wonder if anywhere is safe now. I'd gladly accompany you, believe me. But the others here? Well, suffice to say, they won't be able to join us. Follow me. You'll see what I mean. 'Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set camp. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Underlings like myself were given orders, and little else, you see. Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking to a wall. You'd have more luck. I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel to abandon them here. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns doesn't sit well with me. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. Either that, or the current state of the world helps to put things in perspective. At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of to get them out, but naught's done any good.
The command came a month ago or more. We are to remain here, and so we remain.
I implore you, Arisen. Take me with you.
So they're staying here because they were ordered to remain, and they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. I wonder why they saw fit to speak with you. But never mind that. More importantly, you've given me an inkling of the problem at hand. It was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and ran for his life. But on his way out, he used that artifact they call the God's Way to command the pawns to protect him. I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referring to. But why would they continue to obey when the man is long gone? Unless... Listen, friend. I've a thought. What say you have a look around and see what you can turn up? If the Overseer's command is indeed still in effect, it could be that he is lurking somewhere not far from here. Use that key to have a look around. It should open any doors you come across. Best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well. I have a feeling he's still lurking about here somewhere.
A door of sturdy make. It will be impassable without the key.
We shall have to find the key then.
Circumstances forbid me from obeying. I pray you understand. I miscalculated.
Well, then, how's the day treating you then?
So the pawns were being held here by the power of this God's Way. Now they ought be free to make good their escape.
Well said.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating? to you then. Do come again.
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait right there.
So, there was naught left of the Overseer but bones, eh? I'll wager he thought to take the pawns with him to the grave. He always was a spiteful old goat. At any rate, I'm well grateful for your aid, friend. Now that the pawns are on their feet, methinks I can get them to safety. I only hope they'll heed my words as they have yours. But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word! Isn't this the Godsway? With this, I'll be able to guide the pawns to the refuge without delay. Now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to thank you for, my friend. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawns to safety, don't you worry.
'Tis strange to think a Godsway would be used to guide my brethren to safety. After all the woe they've caused us.
That was certainly worthwhile. Than any monster.
We must challenge and defeat it.
Let my magic institute your weapon, the fury of yellow.
Shall fall.
Of course.
sovereignty. Take care not to let it slither up behind you.
The red
Understood.
opening. Strike the horn! Now!
Our foe is repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe. At least for the time being.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
I see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. What is it that impels you, I wonder? Alas, would that the world had not come to this, for I am certain that your tale would have been a glorious one. Yet, 'twas not to be. You need only cast your gaze upward to glimpse the futility of your defiance.
Well met.
Hard today.
I just know.
Always changed it safe. A feeling I won't.
Couldn't hurt to put my feet on the floor.
Oh, creaky knees.
bears repeating.
Can that theorem be applied here?
I can scarcely see a thing in this murk.
I can only imagine what's brought you back here. I require your aid. Will you oblige me? My thanks. Alas, a theory.
Ah, the perfect moment to sit and think a while.
Those materials are rather dated.
There is naught more you can achieve here, Arisen. That's...
Since times of El, remember, draconic blood flows through. The veins of lesser drakes as well. Then I bid ye farewell.
I cannot wait to put this new equipment to use.
Let us use it well, that it might prove a worthy investment.
My thanks. Here you are, a deserved
Since time, remember, draconic blood flows through the vein. Teams of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what you... I shall hunt. Then I bid ye farewell.
A customer, then. That changes things. My services don't come... cheap mind. Come again when you've more...
sure how much longer I can hold out.
Well met, sir. How might I... Welcome, as a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate. We offer excellent service. At a fair... price. Do come again.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Since time, remember. Dracon... blood flows through the vein. Then I bid ye farewell. Since times of eld, remember, draconic blood flows through the veins. Of lesser drakes as well. Well, bring me what ye reap, and then I bid ye farewell.
Arisen is selected by the Great Will to play the role of the dragon's counterpart. That is how this world is built. The dragon says to continue the cycle, and the Arisen exists to oppose it. This is the true meaning of the dragon's dogma. Once, everyone in this world had a role to play. For a well-crafted tale has no excess. There must be a reason for each character's inclusion. Yet, this means that should even one of these characters stray from their assigned role, the tale entire will unravel. And if it does, their world will end. Such is the choice you have made, Arisen. By rejecting your own duty in this world, you have felt all others have a chance to fulfill things they receive. Pawns are no exception. Born at the bottomless of the river, they were granted the role of finding the educational cycle. Yet, left to the dragon, that role has been unwritten.
Tis clear to me now, Arisen. I am no longer a mere vessel. Your great will has imbued me with a lesser will of my own. Will is power. 'Tis the means to shape the world as one desires. Master!
Oblivion fades. This tale's end. My heart, it aches. A new world comes. A new tale is set to unfold. Yet, it seems I will not be there to watch it.
a stay.